Well, we're back for another isolation conversation, and I'm joined by the SIUE head athletic trainer, Gerry Schlemer. And Gerry, you've been through a lot, and you've worked for different institutions and pro sports. Have you ever been through anything like this?
No, Joe, this is very unique, the circumstance. I mean, I'm usually a go person, 60, 70 hours a week. You know, this is the first time that I've spent so many weeks at home without being on vacation or being sick. So.
Yeah, that raises a really good point because I've talked to a lot of coaches and other folks, and it's different for student athletes, but it's really different for us as well. And that's one of the things I think it was Jessica Jones told me that, we didn't get into this to be isolated by ourselves. We all got into this because we're people, we're people.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. It's for an athletic trainer, our whole life is service. We're serving coaches, we're serving student athletes, we're serving others, and it's hard when you can still do some work with some of the student athletes, but you're not day to day with them. You're not in physical contact with them. You can show them exercises on Zoom or something like that, but you can't. We can't be there to adjust it technically. So,
how much have you leaned on or talked with or consulted with other athletic trainers, whether in the OVC or even other folks in the profession?
Well, Joni Johnson, the head athletic trainer at APSU, and long time, she's been there for a long time, and Eric Frederick from Murray State, it really pulled us together as a conference, and we are having bi-weekly meetings on Zoom and talking about a lot of issues. I mean, we as professionals, there are things that some of us have not even thought about, but like, for instance, our kids from a foreign country may be hard getting back into the country in the fall. Or kids that are that need elective surgery and they can't get elective surgery right now. They may not lose a whole year of eligibility.
What are you doing for some of those folks, that are either recovering or trying to rehab, or even just some of the strength things? How are you handling that with the different teams and student athletes?
I know all of my staff members, Mary McKee, James Mays, Shay Brandel, David Londo, and Caitlin Grapes, are all reaching out to their athletes that are on rehab assignments, and making sure that they're continuing doing their exercises, that they're following up with PT. The two young ladies that I have, they're seeing a PT at this time, so that's where they need to be for now. But when they graduate out of the PT, we'll obviously be doing more with them on a direct basis.
What I know there'll probably be changes throughout the summer, because the summertime is when you have a lot of athletes that are getting physicals or getting set to resume, whether it's a fall sport or even the winter sports. How is that going to change, do you think?
That's something I don't know. I haven't heard if we're going to have summer practices. That will be a big thing, because usually we have 3 or 4 sports that do summer workouts, and that could influence that. I've already started working on some of the paperwork for next year. We've been looking at doing some revisions with our farms. Probably going to meet with my staff next week to discuss a couple of issues. One of them is the Arrington settlement, the concussion settlement with the NCAA from an Eastern Illinois University athlete. And that has implications for us, because we have to now cover 8-hour practices in 5 of our sports. So that's going to be an issue. So.
I know continuing education is something that is important for your profession, for athletic trainers. Are you able to still kind of do some of that, or is there some other opportunities now that you're able to take advantage of?
Oh yeah, there's we have the NATA has a great asset. They give us 10 free CEUs every year. So with our membership, we get the CEUs. Several of them are EBP, which is evidence-based practice, which is we have to do 50 every 2 years, 10 of which has to be EBP. So I know my staff has been taking advantage of those free CEUs. They've been doing a lot of those types of things. I've been looking at doing some too, but I've been trying to get budget squared away, try to get concussion policy, been looking at intramural association task force notes. So there's still enough for to keep me busy.
There's plenty of time to do all of that stuff now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All the stuff
so,
we want to put off all the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's never good to be so isolated, but it has given me some time to rest, given me some time to catch up on binge watching shows. Been binge watching Maine Cabin Masters. That's my new favorite. So, but been doing some reading, caught up on some of the NATA news messages. So, it's still busy. There's still enough to keep you busy. So, been in the office a few times, getting papers and checking faxes, checking mail, been taking care of some insurance. So we have those things to take care of on our plates as well. And then I've been spending some time outside. I've been working in the yard. I got my tomatoes in, so Farmer Jerry's farmers markets will be having early this year, because this is the earliest I've gotten them in. So
I don't know much about is Maine Cabin Masters. Is that the guy's got the big scraggly beard? Is that one of those? Because I think I've seen some of those.
It's on DIY Network, and
Mm-hmm.
they got the big scraggly beards, and they restore these cabins, and they're just beautiful. They just do a great job with it. So
I got into a bunch of home improvement shows. I watch all kinds of them because we're doing all kinds of work here too. So
yeah, it's Maine. It's beautiful country up there. They have a lot of fun. So there's 4 guys and a brother and sister run the company, and a brother-in-law. So that's married to the sister. So it's kind of a neat show. So.
Well, as much as all of that is good, I know that probably you cannot wait until things kind of restore to normal and we're able to have our daily life and you to be back in touch specifically with student athletes and with your staff.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that we have Zoom. It's great that we have all this technology. I mean, socially, isolation, we are isolated. And, as a health education major and having had some epidemiology classes, we know this works.
Right.
What Fauci says is true. It distance yourself, flatten the curve, do the things that we need to do to get a hold of this. But it's still tough. I read somewhere where domestic violence is up calls because you spend a lot more time together. I'm just finding stuff to keep busy. I'm getting sick and tired of these 4 walls in this house. But so I go on long walks. I ride my bike. Yesterday I took a drive up to Pere Marquette just to get this beautiful day. The sun was shining. It was breezy. Got on the river road and just enjoyed the drive. Didn't go anywhere, but because nothing was open. But it was just the fact of getting out and doing something. So.
Well, Jerry, I appreciate you taking some time today to talk to us. And you're one of the folks that I miss, not being in the office and not being able to sit down and have a chat in the office with. So I look forward to the
Or even
time
have
we
a
can
cup
do
of
that.
coffee.
There you go. Exactly. So I look forward to being able to do that again, man.
Yeah, those are the things we miss the most. I mean, because obviously, as uh, well, me and you were roommates for how many years with men's basketball?
Yeah,
And
more
so
than
many,
10, probably. I mean, at
yeah,
least 10 seasons.
10 seasons, and then we were roommates in baseball season for a couple of years.
You
So,
got it.
we've been together for a while. So it's I miss those conversations. I miss going down to the office and just even just popping in and say hello or whatnot. So hopefully we'll get back to this. It's going to take some time. You just got to be patient.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the time today, Jer.
No problem. Thanks, Joe.